Slide. Welcome again to our class. So we'll be talking about today, as you can see, parasite, blood, and kidney detoxification. We just want to thank everyone for coming by again, where we continue our theme in January on cleansing. And the detoxing that we'll be talking about today is, as always, power-packed with information. So we just want you to take this time out at this moment to share this with as much people as you can. If you are in our WhatsApp group, you should have the links and everything there that you can just copy and paste and share that with as many people as you can. You can share it also from the Zoom right here as well. So we want to get to have as much as 200 people here on our live stream. And also we do have our YouTube channel as well. So just keep in mind, you want to be reminded to subscribe to our YouTube. And for those who are watching on YouTube, you can share this video as well with as much people as you can as well. So we're going to be getting into this presentation here, and we'll be showing you some remedies and various things that you can do to help with, kidney stones, or to help detoxify your blood. And even as we speak about parasites as well, and we show you some images of some of the parasites that can come out of our bodies and how you can use different stuff from your kitchen and herbs and various things to help to kill those parasites as well. And as we get into this presentation out here, let's just start off with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for all that you have done. Thank you for the knowledge that you have blessed us with so that we can use this to take care of our bodies. And you've even said in the Bible in Isaiah, it says, with your stripes, we are healed as well. So I just pray that as you bring about healing, that we may also make the necessary changes in our lives so that we can be healthy. This is my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And also for those who are on as well, I know someone says that only hosts could share Zoom. Most likely it might be the screen. Only hosts could share screen. However, you should be able to share that link, share the same Zoom link that we sent out in the WhatsApp group with as many individuals. And we also just dropped the YouTube link as well in the WhatsApp group. So you can be able to share with many as well who may not be able to make it on Zoom, but they can also join in right from YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, I think right now we at about 93 subscribers on YouTube. And I think, we can get to like way over 100 today as well. So feel free to be able to go ahead, subscribe to YouTube. If you're on YouTube already, hit that subscribe button. Also stay active in the chat, leave a comment. We'd love to be able to get more feedback from you. And I believe today will be very important because we'll be seeing how we can continue to detoxify our body in a very powerful way. Over the past couple, sessions that we've had, we've been able to speak about, the juices, how to be able to do juicing, how to be able to clean out the colon, the liver. And today we'll be looking at specifically how to be able to kill and destroy parasites from our body, how to be able to detoxify our blood, and also have a great kidney cleansing regimen as well. And we're going to show you who that is. It's very important for, why this is so important for each and every one of us to be able to do as we continue on. And remember, this month the goal is to cover cleansing within this month. And next month we'll be heading into a lot more hot topics. I believe that's very relevant for each and every one of us.
Yep. So, and also those who want to share and who say that you cannot share, what you have to do is tap on participants, and then you'll see invite. So you have to invite others, and you can copy a link and invite it to others, or share it for email and so forth. So that's the way you can be able to share this to Zoom here. But just a disclaimer as well, as always, we do not practice any medicine, and we just here to educate you and not medicate you. So we'll be getting into our class for today. Last week we spoke about this already, the 7 channels of elimination. We're not going to go through this over again. So we know that some of these channels here, we have the colon, the liver, the blood, which transports waste from our system, may not be directly a eliminative organ, but it participates in elimination of waste from our body. Then we have also the kidneys, and also we're talking about parasites as well, because we want to get rid of some of those parasites, those critters that is leaching onto our body and that is sucking up nutrients from our body and so forth. So these are some of the things I will be covering today. And we'll be talking about how we can cleanse these channels of elimination, because just like our car, we have filtering organs. We also have filtering organs in our body, and those things become clogged up over time, just like our cars, where when we change our filters in our car, we also want to renew our filtering organs in our bodies as well. So that's what we'll be showing you here, what to do, so that way you can be able to experience true health.
Definitely. And if anyone has a link as well, you can drop it in the chat so others will be able to have it. It's also on the WhatsApp. Continue to share far wide, that many more could join in as we head into those topics, especially right now. And so we'll be diving into things together and really seeing how we can be able to start off with especially parasite cleanse and parasite detoxification. But as we move along, I know like some are coming on the YouTube as well. That's great. We appreciate it very much. And also just want to thank each and every one of you who actually are making decisions and being able to start off your cleansing regimen. We've been getting lots of, calls, messages from certain individuals, just making that next step, whether it is through our kit or whether it is through other cleansings, remedies and so forth that we have shared. We just thank you so much for taking that step for your health. The best investment that you can have in life is, one of the best investments would be an investment in your health. Because again, many people spend their entire life, sort of, working and working and working to the point where it begins to break down their health. Sooner or later coming to find out that, well, now they can't really work anymore. They can't really do the things that they did, and they wish that they had health once more. That we wish they could have prized it, once more again. So again, right now, as you have the opportunity, the best time to make change is always now. You may not have been able to do it the last year. Maybe you may not have been able to do it the last 5 years, but hey, right now is a new start. It's a new year. It's a new day. It's a new week. And I believe that we can begin to make changes now and be able to experience the powerful results that we need. So what we're going to be looking at right now as we head into things is cleansing, how to be able to go about doing parasite detoxification. And as we head into parasites and so forth, I'm not sure, have anyone seen a parasite before? Just let me know in the comments if anyone have ever seen like some sort of parasite before, right? Maybe whether it may be out of you, maybe out of someone else. But then that's what we'll be speaking about, how to be able to detoxify parasites. And they have different types of parasites, right? But we're going to see, okay, well, what are the main signs of someone who may have parasites in the body? So that way we can get understanding, well, do I even have parasites? What are some of the symptoms and signs that may indicate I may possibly have a parasitic condition as well?
Yeah, so then, some of these things would be digestive issues, and, a lot of different varying types of digestive issues, and even like so many different bowel syndromes and different things that happen in the body when it comes to parasites. Because just imagine the parasites are basically they need a host to stay alive. And the host that it uses to stay alive is us. And they're culminated in our digestive tract, and especially in our colon area as well. And basically eating some of our food, feasting on some of our feces, especially when we have a lot of junk and sweet foods and all the things that we eat. So the parasites love to thrive on those type of things there. So if you have digestive issues, you have trouble absorbing nutrients from your food and all those various things, then you might have parasites as well. Another one is fatigue and weakness. Obviously, if you're not getting enough nutrients from your food, that can lead to fatigue and weakness as well. Also skin problems, as we saw in the first picture about parasite detox. Sometimes those things come up on the skin, like you have different, looks like different rashes and so forth. These may be signs of some parasites that are in our body as well.
A lot of people have even like ringworms, and some of those are the skin issues as well as a host of others that will indicate a parasitic condition. And we do have like sleep disturbances as well, individuals who may not be able to get that proper rest, right? Sometimes you're wondering, okay, well, why is it that I'm not properly being able to sleep well? Now, again, there might be a multitude of reasons for that, of course. It might just be, you know, like so many different aspects. Maybe you're not getting enough of that vitamin D during the day. Maybe you go into bed late. Maybe it might be multiple factors, but definitely parasites could be one factor as well.
Yeah, so then another thing that you need to do if you have parasites, you just need to monitor your bowel movements. You monitor the shapes, you monitor how frequent you go, and that's with all types of different issues that you have as well. Just monitor your bowel movements and so forth.
Yeah. And sometimes individuals who may have even a high amount of mucus coming out as well. Sometimes, you know, maybe varying factors, but that could be an indication for parasites, as well as joint and muscle pain, right? Someone who have joint and muscle pain, of course. Like what we mentioned it's all of those could be signs and symptoms. However, there could be other reasons for that, but those are definitely signs of parasites. Another might be allergies. Individuals who may have allergies, just being able to cleanse the body of parasites, you may see also tremendous differences and results from that as well.
Yeah, and then mental health issues as well. So you may feel very irritable, anxious, like because it causes itchiness and all different types of stuff. So that may affect your mental mood, where you're not able to handle circumstances the best as well.
Yes. And of course, compromised immune system. Like we mentioned earlier, the gut of the parasites, basically a lot lives in our gut. They get fed there and so forth. And like many of you know, 80% of our immune system is also within our gut. So again, if our gut is being compromised, it impacts our entire immunity, where we aren't able to fight virus, infection, disease as effectively as we should had we not have parasites. And that's why it'd be essential to be able to see how to be able to eliminate and to destroy it. And that's what we're going to be covering today. So again, you know, as we go throughout, also there's two more here. Also anemia is one of them as well. Individuals who may have anemia and also itching. And that might be even itching in the rectal area. Like if you find yourself itching your nose a lot, anyone here itches the nose a lot, you can let us know in the comments if you're not shy enough. Or maybe someone might even be itching in the you know, the rare area quite often. Well, those could definitely be signs that you might have some level of parasite or worms that you're dealing with that you need to be able to cleanse.
Yep, and that's a big one there, that itching. So you have to look out for those things, and especially in the night as well. You may have some itching in the night. That may be definitely a factor there. So look at some of the pictures here of some of those different parasites, not limited to, but some parasites that may exist in the body and live in our body here. And some of you also discretion advice. So then we have here like roundworm, hookworm, fluke, the tapeworm, the nematode, and the protozoa. And all those things there is basically sometimes these things can be living in our bodies. And some of you might be looking at these things and be like, ew, that's disgusting. Well, we're going to show you how to get some of these things out here. And also, we'll be showing you where those things can be found.
Yeah. And someone said, what about the whole body itch? And that's a great question. We'll be coming to that. You'll be noticing that a lot of the different channels of elimination that we'll be covering today, you know, if those things are very toxic, itching is definitely a very common issue. So if you have whole body itching, definitely doing like a total body detox is something that would really be recommended, because parasites could impact that. Your kidney could impact that, your liver could impact that, your blood could impact that. So that's why we really focusing on all those channels, right? To really help each and every individual to cleanse thoroughly.
Yeah, and then so we have some parasites here. That's a picture of somebody's colon, and you can see some of those parasites inside of there, and it looks kind of like icky, right? Well, yeah, so these things that can be inside of our bodies. And then, just on the microscope, just different pictures of different types of parasites. And I don't know if anyone have ever done like a live blood cell analysis before. And, even inside of your blood, you can see those things like different parasites floating around inside of your blood. And it's just amazing. Well, it's not really amazing, but it's just a wonder how all these things inside of our body, and our body is functioning properly. But then it's just like, what we need to do is to help our body out to get rid of all these things so the body can function in a proper manner.
Yeah. And so that's what we'll be covering, is how to now eliminate those. Now, a lot of people think, oh man, I'm not sure if I want to do a parasite cleanse. I don't want this coming out of me. Will it wiggle? How would it come out, right? And like we always been saying, from the beginning, we've been telling you it's better out than in. Like if you have parasites in you, then you want to be comforted that, okay, that is actually coming out, instead of you thinking, oh, I'm not going to do this because I don't want it to come out. So what? You want it to live in you, to continue to allow you to experience fatigue, and all those other symptoms and different things that we mentioned that you experience as a result of that. And again, parasites could really prevent you from actually getting all the nutrients that you need to have a successful, thriving body, right? Because again, the bioavailability of your nutrients will be diminished as a result of that. So again, what we'll be sharing with you now is, okay, some simple remedies that we can be able to apply to be able to help in destroying parasites. And as we do that, everything that we'll be covering here and the remedies and so forth, again, we will be sharing with you those notes towards the end. We'll be sharing that solely within our WhatsApp group, right? So if any of you right now, are not within our WhatsApp group at the moment, our WhatsApp community, you want to go ahead and join that. And we'll be sending you that link in the chat so that way you could be able to join in the WhatsApp community. And that community is also open to anyone else. So any one of you who also have that link, feel free to send out a blast through WhatsApp, through text messages, through email, so that way you can be able to invite some of your friends and family to join in, that they could also learn transformative principles that they could apply to their lives to experience overall wealth and health.
So, and also I had some pictures in there, but I don't know what happened if it didn't load in on when I switch it here to the computer that we're using. But I had some pictures here of the parasites inside of fish, different seafoods, and also parasites inside of different meat. And so the question is, where does those parasites come from? Most of those parasites, they come from meat, animal-based products. And then even those parasites like the tapeworm, that is really difficult to kill. You can boil it at really high temperatures and it still wouldn't die. Those things are found in like a lot of unclean meats, especially the pork, where you find those things in. So if you eat meat or you have eaten meat in the past and you've never done a parasite cleanse, you more than likely have parasites inside of you. To what degree? It varies depending on how much meat you have eaten, how well cooked your meat were. Some people have rare meat, or some people they have this raw meat, which is crazy. And also sushi. A lot of articles and news reports have come out about sushi and the parasites they find in sushi, that raw seafood that people eat as well. So you just want to stand clear of those things, but also keep in mind that if you eat those things or have eaten those things in the past, you most likely have parasites inside of you.
No, definitely. And also, just for our moderator, if you can also share that link for the WhatsApp on the YouTube, so our YouTube friends can also be able to get access, that would be great as well. Now, someone asked, do those parasites come wiggling out? How do you answer that one for them?
Well, they come out dead, but I mean, sometimes people have done where they have done a remedy to get rid of some of those parasites. And what they would do is they take like some milk, some rich milk, and they put it in a basin or a bucket or something, and they will sit on it, especially at nighttime. They'll sit on it, and then they will just wait for the parasites to start coming out into the basin or the bucket. So that's a way you can get some live parasites coming out of you. But when we use our parasite cleanser that we have here, and some of the ingredients that's inside of this thing here, like we have the pumpkin seed, the fennel seed, garlic cloves, and black walnuts, very bitter herbs, wormwood and cloves. Those things would kill that parasite. So when it comes out of you, it comes out of you dead. Most likely comes out of you dead. Yeah. So that's the goal. What we want to do is to kill those parasites inside of the body. But most of the herbs that we use to kill the parasites, those things are very bitter.
Yeah. And then, for some people maybe thinking, well, I'm still young, maybe I might have
I did, well, not the first time, because when we were younger, our parents would do deworming that they do every year. And so you're probably familiar with this area if you're from the West Indies or old school, then you've probably done some deworming in the past. But when I was like 22 years, I did like another parasite cleanse, which I haven't done in years. And I saw a dead thing came out of me. I went into the toilet, I looked back, and I saw this long little thing, looked like it was about 4 inches. That came out of me. And So, and I had already changed my diet at that time. Probably it was about maybe 4 or 5 years at that time that I already changed my diet. But these things can still stay in the body and live off of your body sometimes for years. So what we have to do is address those parasites inside of us. And that's why God gave us herbs and also remedies. The Bible says that He has given us these herbs for the service of man. So some people think that I just change my diet and I'll be okay, I'll be good. Changing the diet sometimes is not enough. You have to assist the body in killing those things or getting rid of some of those things from our system. And that's what we're showing you here today, is how to assist the body in getting rid of those things.
Yeah. So then, so I'm about like 5'11", right? And I think my brother's about 5'10", about.
Yeah.
So then if you add us together, let's just average us to be 6 feet each. We'll both be about 12 feet if you put us like long words together, right? If you put us together. However, a tapeworm, can you believe a tapeworm could actually grow to about 20 feet long? Now, imagine 20 feet of a worm in you, right? Of course, not every single person may have a 20-foot worm, but a lot of us do have worms. Now, some may be microscopic, some may be longer, but the principle is how do we help to kill it so that way we can get it out. We'll be sharing some remedies with you, and we're going to go through some more. So again, you don't want to miss this. Take out your notebooks, take out your pens, write down the information, right? Because again, a lot of things that may be covered may be forgotten, but if you have written it down, then that's one way you can be able to always refer back to it and go back to it, so that way you can be able to apply those things to your life. And we will be also sharing that on the WhatsApp chat, so make sure you join in. For those who haven't joined yet, our community on WhatsApp will be sharing with you free resources every single week and materials that you can be able to get. And someone asked, they're in Africa, how can they also be able to get this parasite cleanse? So right now we'll be sharing with you like different things that you can use for parasite cleansing. But for those who want to be able to get a proven herbal formula already that we utilize for parasite cleansing, which we call Easy Blast, how to be able to blast those pinworms and other types of parasites and tapeworms and so forth within our body, utilizing those powerful herbs. And then you can always get it on our website, and we'll share that link as well for the parasite cleanse. We do ship worldwide, so that's perfectly fine. We've shipped to Africa, to the UK, to Canada. If you're in the Caribbean, wherever it is, it doesn't really matter. We're able to do worldwide. But we'll be sharing a few principles right now and remedies that you can be able to begin to use at home right now to help.
So one of the first ones which we have inside of our parasite cleanser, which we have, is the garlic. And garlic, and you'll see a theme, as I said before, with most of those remedies that we use to get rid of parasites. It's a very bitter and strong taste when it comes to some of those herbs and different vegetables and so forth. So garlic. So what you do, you eat 2 cloves of raw garlic for about 7 to 14 days. You can do that with your meal. You can chop it up into your salad, or what you can do is you can chop it up and you can take that garlic and you can put it in some honey, like a spoonful, and put some honey in there, and you can scoop it up with the honey and the garlic. They will come for the honey, and then the garlic would help to kill off some of those parasites. So garlic is something that you can find in your home and something that you can use. Also, garlic is pretty good because it's what we call a prebiotic. So when it goes into the gut, it helps to nourish your probiotic.
In a lot of the worms in the body and actually helping to kill it. Something that we utilize a lot for food, but we don't realize how powerful it is as a medicine to kill off parasites and worms. What do you believe? Is pumpkin seeds. Now, pumpkin seeds are extremely powerful. And again, like you can take those by itself, but we actually added, because of how powerful it is, we also even added pumpkin seed to this as well, right? But if you were to take it at home, if you want to just be able to take it, we recommend, at least if you do it for like 7 to 10 days, you want to do like a full handful every single day, full handful of those pumpkin seeds, and you want to be able to eat that. And pumpkin seed in itself, coupled with the garlic, you do those two together, even within like a 7 to 10 day period, 7 to 10 day period, you'll notice like a powerful effect and being able to like help in killing off a lot of those worms and parasites that may be in your body as well.
And also, going back to the garlic for a little bit as well, another way that you can use the garlic that might even render more effective results with the garlic, more immediate results. We had this gentleman we were working with who had cancer, and he had a constant diarrhea. And we are trying to figure out, we tried everything that we can for his diarrhea. And then we figured that it's probably has to do with parasites, right? So it's affecting his bowels. So then we were like, okay, let's do a garlic enema with him. So a fleet enema. If anybody knows a fleet enema, you can go to any pharmacy and you can get this little clear bottle with a tip, and it holds about 4.5 ounces of water in there. It has some saline water in there. So you can empty out the saline water and you can replace that with some garlic water. And what you would do here, you would take garlic. So you can even make some for a few days as well. You can fill up the blender with garlic, not with garlic, a bottle of garlic, fill up the blender with water, and you blend that up. You blend up the garlic. So if you want to know how much water, it's like 32 ounces of water. So when you reach, fill up the blender, at least to the max height of 32 ounces of water, and you blend up that garlic. And then you would put that, strain out the water and put it into the fleet enema. And then the fleet enema, of course, enema, it goes into the rectal area. So then you just lay down on your left side and you squeeze in as much of the fluid as you can into the rectum area. And then what you do, you have that person or yourself, you hold it in as long as you can. Sometimes it probably lasts maybe 3-5 minutes, because garlic, sometimes you can feel a little sensation in that area here because garlic is very strong. So you might feel a little sensation in the colon area. And so that after we had done that with that man who had the diarrhea and so forth, after doing that, his diarrhea actually went away. So then this is a good way to help to kill parasites and any unwanted stuff in your colon area as well.
And discretion, as you mentioned, one thing might be a pro for many of you, but it will definitely help in lowering your blood pressure as well. So someone has high blood pressure, you get the double combo here, be able to kill off those parasites and get some points lowered down even in your blood pressure, even with that remedy. And as we move along later on down the road, we'll be actually going through even blood pressure remedies and a lot more other things that may be impacting us and how we can be able to help in overcoming those naturally as well. Yeah. So then this is what we're going to do as well. We're going to see, okay, well, what is another one? I believe something that a lot of the tropical people will love because they have easy access to as well in being able to kill off parasites, right? And even shown, even if, let's say, in areas of the world where malaria is also more common, I know for some of our African friends, we do have that in many locations as well, but we know it's definitely very prevalent there. This remedy will also work very well for that I'm about to share. So make sure you write that down right now, right? So what we're going to share with you right now is how to be able to utilize what you call a papaya blaster. Now, I said tropical because it's tropical food, definitely, but papaya definitely helps with being able to kill off parasites. But you ask, okay, how do you use papaya for that? How do you use it? Now, we use the part that majority of you throw away. You know what part is it that you throw away besides from the skin? That is the part in the middle, what you call papaya seeds, right? So this is what you want to do. You want to be able to get scrape out those seeds, get like a quarter cup of fill it up like a quarter cup of your papaya seeds. And then afterwards, you put like a tablespoon of honey. So quarter cup of your papaya seeds, you put like a tablespoon of honey. And once you do that, you mix it all together. And then you take it, you consume it daily for about like 7 to 14 days. Consume daily for 7 to 14 days. You can take like a big, like a tablespoonful at a time, let's say 2 to 3 times a day to be able to help in killing off those worms, parasites, and so forth. So again, papaya is extremely helpful for that.
Yep. So then what we're going to do now is transition to our other elimination channel. And we'll be looking at the blood here and how you can detoxify the blood and some signs of blood toxicity. So we have some of the signs of blood toxicity that includes constant fatigue. And you can see a theme here that you have some overlap in some of the signs that you need a body detox. And we always tell people that, if you've never done a cleanse before, a detox before, it's just good to do a full body detox because eventually over time, not just your blood, or not just your kidneys, or not just your liver, not just these organs become toxic, but sometimes your whole body needs a whole new rejuvenation. So you would see some overlap here in the different signs that you need a detox. So constant fatigue, all the other, like the kidneys, the liver, that can cause fatigue as well. So that's one of the signs here. Also, skin issues is another sign. And then we always tell people that, what's inside of your body, it comes out on the outside. So on the outside of your body is a reflection of what happens inside. So if your blood is toxic, it's damaging your cells, then that may show up on the skin, and even your body, some of the toxicity trying to escape from your body, that may show up on your skin as well, like rashes and so forth.
No, definitely. And also, in general, we just put on their disease. If someone is diseased, then the blood definitely would be benefited by cleansing. The reason why I mentioned this as well, simple principle, in order to have good health, you need to have good blood. If you have bad blood, you have bad health. Now, the Bible teaches that same principle in the book of Leviticus, chapter 17:11. It says that the life of the flesh, or this body, the life of our flesh, is in the blood. So if the blood is impure, the body will become diseased. So again, if someone is diseased, any type of disease, we recommend even having the blood purified, cleansed, and maintaining that as well through proper lifestyle, diet, and so forth will definitely help. You also may have even digestive issues. Another sign that you may need a cleanse is not a sign of toxicity, but it's, well, definitely it leads to toxicity, is an unhealthy diet. It leads to toxicity, unhealthy diet. Maybe sugar cravings. Someone is like, well, I crave sugar a lot and I want to get rid of that addiction. Cleansing helps. Like if someone has huge cravings, like just even doing a full cleansing. And that's why, we've been also sharing with you how you can also get access to our full total body detox, right? And for those who may not have heard or may not have gotten it just yet, we do have a full total body detox that covers colon cleansing, like parasite cleansing. It also has like the kidney cleanser in there. It has a liver cleanser, and it has a full guide, like a 30-day guide on how to be able to detoxify your body within 30 days. And I know we've shipped out a lot of kits so far, and there are some kits that we still having to ship out to certain people who have placed orders. A lot of you have already been ordering those in. So I'm really excited for the change and the results that each and every one of you will be getting. And across the board, when we've been shipping out to many different locations and countries as well. So if you want to be able to get that full cleanse kit, we go just drop that link as well within the Zoom and also hopefully within the YouTube. So that way you could take advantage of it. And the reason why I take advantage of the cleansing kit right now is because right now is extremely a lot discounted. When February comes, the price will actually be $50 more, right? And again, we have free shipping available in the US. So if you want to get access to the special bonus that we have just for you, take advantage of it today. Take advantage of it right now. Click the link and get access to it. If you need, we recommend everyone being able to do like a cleanse. So get on the cleansing regimen, like start implementing that, experience the change, and your body will thank you for it. It's a small investment for your health. I mean, easily, we change our tires in our vehicle, and you can easily spend $700, $800, $500, $1,000, right? Depending on the vehicle you drive. Some of us have to spend $3,000 for a tire change, right? Because of the types of vehicles we drive. But what about this vehicle, our bodies, right? That is something that we cannot easily replace. We can't go to the dealership and say, hey, can I just get a new body here? Mine is broken down. So again, take charge of your health and take care of yourself, right? Other signs of blood toxicity would be frequent headaches and also anxiety.
Yes. So now what we're going to be doing is sharing with you some remedies as well on how to cleanse and detoxify your blood. And I'm going to also include not just the blood, but talk about the urinary tract, the urinary system, because the blood and urinary system is closely related, that whole circulatory system there. And that's how the blood eliminates waste through the urinary tract. And a lot of times people develop different issues when it comes to the urinary tract and so forth. And so what we want to talk about here today, I want to talk about one of the things is the hydration. So staying well hydrated is essential for overall health, but also especially in cleansing the blood. When I say hydration, I mean drinking enough water. And a lot of times, I remember I talked about urination. One of the ways that we keep our blood cleansed is the blood eliminates waste through different channels. So the blood may use either the urinary tract, the blood could also the sweat glands, and the blood also exchange eliminate through the lungs as well when it has that exchange with the lungs when it gets oxygen and it throws out impurities as well. So then, water is essential in that whole process there. The more water you drink, we're not saying to overdrink water, but drink enough water so that way your body, you can urinate the stuff out of your system. When you don't drink enough water, there's something called water retention. The body tries to hold on to water because it's like, I'm not getting enough water, so let me hold on to water as much as I can. And then the body cannot eliminate waste properly. So if you're drinking enough water, the body will be eliminating waste properly, and therefore you will be keeping your blood clean.
No, definitely. And water helps with better blood circulation. The more your blood is able to circulate freely, the better it's able to do its work of detoxification. Now, of course, the blood has several different functions. We won't go into the details, but the detoxification, the better circulation, the better the detoxification as well. And again, not only is perfect health dependent upon perfect blood, but perfect health is also dependent upon perfect circulation. And you find that also in a very powerful book called Counsels on Health. If anyone don't have Counsels on Health, something that we strongly recommend reading as well. But it says that perfect health depends upon perfect circulation. And that's the goal of what you want to be able to experience.
Yes, and another one that we can do for the blood to cleanse the blood as well is lemon water. And we spoke about this already before with our liver cleansing. Lemon can cleanse, basically, it goes into our bloodstream and our bloodstream goes throughout our whole body. So it can basically cleanse our whole body. When you have these elements that's floating around in your blood, you're basically cleansing, bathing your whole body. So then lemon water is very good, especially the citric acid that's in there. And also lemon, when it converts, when it goes through the kidneys and so forth, it becomes more on the alkaline side. So even though lemon is acidic, it becomes more alkaline when it's metabolized, and therefore it can alkalize your blood. And obviously your body is trying to maintain perfect pH balance all the time. So your body cannot become very acidic. But at the same time, if the body is constantly struggling to maintain the perfect pH balance, then you're just going to be overworking your body and overabusing your body over time. So then one way you can help your body out so that way it doesn't have to work to constantly try to maintain pH balance is by alkalizing your blood with lemon water. And lemon water works wonders as like the first thing in the morning. So what you can do is just take a lemon, like you can do half a lemon or a whole lemon if you want to have it stronger, and you just fill it up, in 2 cups of water here. This jar is like 16 ounces. If you have ball jars, this is a good tool as well. And you squeeze it up into 16 ounces of warm water, and you drink that first thing in the morning. That can help to flush out your body first thing in the morning. And you send you to the bathroom, and you get to have a good detox in the morning, cleanse your blood as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we'll be also sharing with you a lot more details within the entire guide that will be given towards the end. We'll be sending it through WhatsApp. So again, make sure for those who are not on that you be able to sign up for the, you join our WhatsApp group. You join via the link, the WhatsApp group, so you can be able to get access to all the information. And towards the end on Zoom, for those who are on here, we'll also be able to do a Q&A like we do usually to be able to get a lot of your questions answered. So a lot of questions we may not be able to answer as we go on throughout this particular session, but towards the end, of course, we do have that time frame so we can be able to help in answering more of your questions. And for everyone who are on YouTube, we appreciate you so much as well. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. We thank you so much for being on and for being there. And another thing I just want to mention as we go back to this topic here on blood purification, blood cleansing, is that with blood cleansing, the powerful thing, like we mentioned the very first time, if you haven't seen our very first video that we released for this year so far, in this entire Natural Remedies Uncut series, we spoke about juicing, right? And one of the powerful ways to be able to cleanse the blood and detoxify the blood is by allowing lots of fresh juices of vegetables or even fruits to be able to be rushed through the body to be able to detoxify the body and so forth. Now, within our plants, within your vegetables, you have something that is called chlorophyll, right? And chlorophyll, it's extremely powerful to be able to help in cleaning out and cleansing our entire blood. The powerful thing about chlorophyll is that if you look at the exact chemical structure and the makeup, the biological makeup of a chlorophyll compound, then you realize it's almost identical to that of blood hemoglobin. Almost very identical. You put it side by side, you realize the chemical structure is almost similar. And the main one of the key differences that you'll notice between the two is that in the center of that chemical structure of our blood hemoglobin is what you call iron, right? And then in the center of that chemical structure of that chlorophyll, you have magnesium in there. So we found out that chlorophyll through your juices and you know all those wonderful foods that you can actually be able to drink, then you can go through a natural blood transfusion, a natural blood detoxification, rebuilding and purifying as a result of just being able to use and juice a lot of those healthy foods as part of your cleansing regimen as well.
And you know, with the blood is something that is very straightforward, because when you clean your liver, you'll be cleaning your blood. When you clean your kidneys, you'll be cleaning your blood, because those organs are filtering organs, and before those things are processed and go into our bloodstream, it's filtered through the liver, it's filtered through the kidneys, and then it goes into our bloodstream, and our blood is constantly filtering through those organs. So if those organs are good, then the blood also will be good as well. And also what you eat is very important, so you don't put extra toxicity into the body, so the body has to struggle to constantly filter and clean it out. But one of those herbs that we use, even in our blood cleanser, and people use it for blood a lot of the times, and not just for blood, but just for body detoxing in general, would be red clover. And the isoflavonoids that is in the red clover have been investigated for their potential to improve blood flow, and also just the endothelial function. And the improved endothelial function is associated with better cardiovascular health as well. But also red clover, like many plants, contain antioxidants, rich in antioxidants that help to neutralize free radicals in our blood, especially in our arteries. And we know that these free radicals can cause, as we've been talking about before, is oxidative stress, and that may cause damage to our blood vessel walls, so forth. So one of the ways that we can help clean out our blood, especially with free radicals, toxins, free radicals is introduced into our body because of highly processed foods. And also, you know, there's hydrogenated oils and all these different things that can cause those oxidative stress. And red clover can help to eliminate some of that there as well and detoxify your blood. So that's one of the herbs that you can use. And easy way to make herbs, you know, you can get your leaves, and you bring your water to a boil, and especially the leaves, which are softer as well. So you can put the leaves inside of there, bring it to a boil, and just let it sit for 15 minutes. So you let it simmer for 15 minutes or so, and you basically you make your tea like that. One of our future classes, we will probably want to get deeper into herbology and getting more into making teas and different concoctions and so forth. And also for those who want to learn even more about that, we actually did a class on that already, and we have our advanced natural remedies class. So we're going to post a link here in the chat where you can sign up for our advanced natural remedies class. I know some people have already signed up from here who have signed up for an advanced natural remedy class. Just something to keep in mind as well. Some people brought to our attention an issue that we were having with the class, some of the videos. So then we also will be resolving that today. So then, yes, the advanced natural remedy class goes in depth of so many different subjects. We talk about how to make, you know, elderberry syrup. We talk about herbology, how to make different teas, concoctions, different formulas for cancer, for high blood pressure, for diabetes. And we just go into a lot of more details than we can do here in this class.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you register. If you haven't registered as yet, register for that. We'll send the link so that way you can get access to that. And while I'm looking as well, I have our YouTube pull up. I noticed that we have 95 people subscribe. We want to thank each and every 95 of you that subscribe. And for those that are on, feel free to hit that subscribe button so that way we can get to that 100 mark. But right now, we'll be diving into the kidney before we open it up to start getting some more questions and to be able to go in details on different areas that we've covered and give additional remedies based upon the questions that we have in as well. So let us see here together, kidney cleansing, right? Kidney cleansing is something that is extremely good. It's another detoxification organ, your kidney, your bladder, essentially your entire urinary system. So we're going to see how to be able to clean out the urinary system, especially with many individuals will share with you like, how do we know that, okay, we might need better or improved kidney function, right? Or maybe kidney cleansing. So what we'll be sharing with you is not only cleansing the kidney, but strengthening it as well, how to be able to strengthen the kidney and so on. And we'll see what bonus recipes we can share with you. But there are different signs of a toxic kidney, right? Or kidney that is not functioning as it should. So what are some signs of a kidney that may not necessarily be functioning as it should? You have nausea, of course, that could be, we saw that also in several other several other areas for cleansing, several other different eliminative signs. But also we also have like itching and dry skin as well. Definitely, of course, dry skin for a lot of people, it could be dehydration. And of course, your kidney loves water. So if anything, your kidney loves a lot is water. So treat your kidney well and get a glass of water. And I know we spoke about water earlier. I just want to put in that side note, right? For individuals who may be wondering, well, how much water do I really need to drink, right? So very simple maths that we share with individuals just so you can get a basic understanding of like a minimum amount that is really recommended is you want to find out how much you weigh, and I'll mention it in pounds, right? So find out your weight in pounds. I know we have people from different locations. You might be using kilograms or pounds, but this is specific for pounds right now. So find out how much you weigh in pounds. Let's say you weigh about 160 pounds, right? If you weigh 160 pounds, you want to divide that by 2, divide it in half. And that will give you the amount of ounces that you need. That will give you the amount of ounces. So if you divide 62, if you divide 160 in half, you get 80 ounces. So essentially, a 160 person will need an average of 80 ounces in general a day, right? And then you want to find out, well, how many cups is that? And I think a cup is something that might be pretty much consistent. Many places around the world, a regular size cup, which is about 8 ounces of water. So you basically would divide 80 divided by 8 to see how many cups you need. And of course, you will get 10 cups of water for a 160-pound person. So that is something that, I just wanted to throw that in so that way you can be able to know how much water you need to be able to take in, at least for minimum, because especially if you're outdoors, working more, exercise, and so forth, you need even more than that as well.
Yeah, another sign would be swelling of the ankles and feet. And, the kidney filters the blood and so forth. But also the kidney, regulates water in your body, helps with the elimination of water. So that way, the kidneys eliminates the water, it goes through the urinary tract, goes through the bladder, and you urinate it out of your system. So if your kidneys are not functioning properly, you may hold on to more water than you should. And also, just on a note about those kidneys as well, and we also have frequent kidney stones here as well. So the kidneys can become clogged up, which may prevent the water from eliminating from your body. But also, another sign, even with the kidney stones, sometimes you would feel a pain that goes down, downwards to your bladder area. And sometimes it may even come from the back, and you feel it going downwards into your bladder area. And that could be signs of that you have stones. And most likely you need to do a kidney cleanse. And we've had people with those issues before. They have the pain and it feels like it's going down and it feels very painful. So then you have the kidneys and kidney stones, and you need to get rid of those. And what we want to do is to get rid of those, but to dissolve the stones, and not really like the liver where we flush it out. We don't want to do it like that because it can be very painful, especially for men. But we want to make sure that we dissolve the stones in a proper manner.
Yeah. And another sign as well could be having a bad body odor, right? And a lot of times, sometimes the kidney is, of course, not functioning as it should, not functioning well. Then you can even get this stench. You can even give off the stench of like a urea. So like you smell of like urine. It's, the kidney definitely needs some help, right? It needs to be strengthened. You can cleanse it, strengthen it more, and so on. And definitely that is one of the aspects there. Other ones might be urinary tract infection. We'll share with you something that you can use as well that could be able to help you in being able to fight off like UTIs. And that is something, of course, that is a lot more common within ladies. So you do get that a lot more often than men. You do have like a lot shorter urethra that is more predisposed and susceptible to like getting those infections. So definitely we'll cover that too. And also there may be things like frequent urinations or changing urine color. Of course, there are a variety of reasons why you can get frequent urination. You can be maybe diabetic, of course, it's all related to the kidney anyways. It could be like prostate issues. There are many others. However, frequent urinations, changing urine color could be a factor. Another one could be a bad taste in the mouth, where someone could taste like some sort of metallic type of taste. That could be a sign, okay, maybe my kidney might need to be cleansed. I need to get like a detox going. And like someone asked earlier as well, what about itching, throughout the body? Then definitely the kidney, being able to have a kidney that is not properly not functioning as it should and so forth, it's not cleansed, it's very toxic and so on, could definitely be able to bring about a condition with more like a itchy type of condition on our skin area.
So then we're going to be talking about some types of kidney stones there. Just like our liver, we have, like the cholesterol balls, we have different types of the gallstones, liver stones. So we have, different types. It's the same, essentially the same type of thing. It's in the kidney area, but it forms different minerals and so forth, and impurities may form into the kidneys and make stones that look a little bit different. So we have calcium stones, we have uric acid stones, we have stuvite stones, and also cystine stones as well. And no matter what type of stone that you have, we all going to address it, the same way to help to get rid of the stones from our system. And if you want to look at a scale of how big those things can be, this is something this guy's holding it in his finger. It's how big that they can get. That's why I said before, you don't want to flush it out. Just imagine for a man trying to flush it out, it's going to be very painful. So you want to make sure that we dissolve those things there as
And
well.
it's so painful, right? That some people argue, and again, so ladies might be a little offended by that. So I don't know, but some people argue that kidney stone is so painful for a man to release. It's even more painful of an experience than a woman giving birth to a child. Now, of course, I've never given birth, and I haven't had to pass out a very painful kidney stone, so I can't really attest to that. But that's what some have suggested. So, ladies, let me know if you think that's true or not. But let's see how we can continue to cleanse our kidney area.
And as you can see in the illustration here, we have the stones in different areas of our urinary tract. So we have in the kidneys, which can go down into our tubes there that goes into our bladder. And we can see the stones there as it travels down, it gets very painful. And then we can have some stones in our bladder area. So then we have the stones that accumulates in different areas of our body. So what we're going to do is just show you some natural remedies now and how to get rid of those kidney stones or even not just kidney stones, but to cleanse our kidneys as well.
No, definitely. And again, for a lot of people with kidney stones, like a lot of times individuals, like especially things that impact the kidneys, lots of sodas definitely impact the kidneys and also could even lead to stones and so on.
And lack of water,
Lack of water, dehydration could be able to do that. You have like a lot of caffeinated beverages too. Caffeine definitely have a negative effect also on the kidney area. And sometimes individuals who drink lots of like even types of like carbonated drinks or different types of hard waters as well, hard waters with lots of like dead minerals, all that could actually calcify. Like for example, if any of you have a well, you have well water and so on in your house. If you notice, if after a while, sometimes if you have dripping water or maybe in the shower head, there is some sort of calcification that takes place as a result of those minerals, the sedimentations coming together and calcifying. then that can actually happen in the body when one consumes lots of hard water or mineral waters or like spring waters. That could create like a similar effect as well. So there's several things that could lead to that that we could actually avoid.
Yeah, and then you just want to make sure that you drink purified water, and you need to have a good purification process, something that get rid of minerals from your water. You don't want to have minerals in your water. A lot of people, they have a lot of gimmicks out there nowadays. They want to have mineral water, alkaline water, all this. Like our minerals, we should be getting that from our food. That's where we should be getting our minerals from. And so then we want to just make sure that we watch out for those things. Want to have a filtration system that is more potent. I know in some of the grocery stores nowadays, they do have this food, they do have this water where you can fill up jugs and stuff like that, like 5 gallon, 3 gallon, 1 gallon jugs. And they go through like 5 filtration processes, carbon filters, and all the different things like that, distillation as well. Also, distillation is a good process where you can get rid of the steam rises and you get rid of basically all the minerals in that water as well. So that's just something to keep in mind why you might be forming some of the stones in your kidney area. Another big thing too is, there's high protein diets. And just
ketogenic diet.
Yeah,
and
the keto, very dangerous
and
ketogenic
the
diet.
other one high
Atkins diet, and they have, yes, so they have a lot of this new, it just changes form. The ketogenic diet is the new Atkins diet. It's just the same thing but packaged differently. And a lot of people try to go into a state of ketosis so that they can lose more weight and all the different benefits that they claim to have. Yes, it does have benefits, but the ends does not justify the mean, because even though it might be helping you with like weight loss or whatever that you think that is helping you with, or temporarily bringing down your sugar levels, in the long run, that's gonna really damage your body. So you need to watch out for this type of diets.
And there's even like a paleo diet as well, right?
Yeah.
So all of those, like when you think about like paleo, it's like ancient diets. So people think, okay, yes, let's go back to one of the ancient diets, right? But not everything ancient was good, right? However, when you look at what is actually original, it's not just about ancient. We look at what is original diet. Then in the very beginning in Eden, we saw that God gave to man fruits, grains, nuts, and vegetables. So the paleo diet, as ancient as it is, it actually stemmed probably very easily from Egypt, right? Which is not some place that we want to mimic in terms of how we live and carry out our lives, because as a result of their practices and lifestyle, the very detrimental health results that took place as a result of that paleo lifestyle that they had.
And we creationists. We don't believe in evolution. We're not evolutionists. And the evolutionists believe that, at one time we were cavemen and we were hunter-gatherers. We were hunting for animals and we subsisted on a heavy meat animal-based diet. And we don't believe that. We believe that we were created by a creator, by God. And God gave us a specific diet. We can find that in Genesis, and that is a plant-based diet. So then we were actually made to eat a plant-based diet. So a lot of people subsist on some of those diets and they feel like that is the more superior diet because this is where we came from in our evolutionary process. So we don't believe in those type of things there. So then just be mindful of all these various diets and different lifestyle practices that you can have that can affect your kidneys. So then we'll be talking about how you can help with helping your kidneys and so forth. One of the first ones I'll talk about here is the aloe vera. So aloe vera taken internally is said to help maintain good blood vessel tone and healthy circulation. Also, the potassium in the plant is said to aid the heart's rhythm and stimulate the kidney to dispose of body waste. And the herb is said to help the action of digestive enzymes and deter kidney stones. So aloe vera, and a nice way to take aloe vera is to, you can peel the skin off, and you want to take the white, clear, translucent, gelatinous part of the aloe vera. And then what you can do is to put it under a pipe and wash it out a little bit, because some of the oily substance is kind of like a yellowish tint with some of the aloe have. That is the bitter part of the aloe. You can just wash some of that out and you can eat the clear part of the aloe and you don't get as much of the bitterness. So that's a way you can prepare your aloe. You can either eat it straight like that, or you can put it in the blender and blend it up and eat it that way as well, blend it up as a drink and so forth.
No, definitely. And another thing that you can use that works extremely well for like being able to clean the kidneys. And there's something too, if someone maybe having UTIs, you can actually use that too, but also in general, being able to clean the kidneys, being able to break down stones as well. It's something that you find a lot more frequent within the summertime, something that we love a lot. One of my favorite fruits growing up is watermelon. But the thing about it is that you don't just want to get any type of watermelon, right? You want to actually get the seeded watermelons. The reason why is that when you get the seeded watermelons, then you'll be taking that and putting it in the blender and blending it all together with the seeds, right? Now, the watermelon seeds will work extremely powerful in that remedy to be able to help in breaking down a lot of those stones and detoxifying the entire kidney area as well. So you have to get that watermelon, scoop out that inner part, that nice part with all the seeds. Make sure you get that seeded watermelon, place it in the blender, blend it up. Then you want to now be able to drink at least like 2 to 3 to drink like a cup like 2 to 3 times a day, right? A cup 2 to 3 times a day. And you want to do that, maybe you can do it for a full cleansing period while you're doing your cleansing. And that will naturally be able to help you with those kidney related issues as well.
Yeah, and then the big thing with kidneys, because the kidneys, is the blood is connected to the kidneys, and kidneys connected to the urinary tract there, the bladder and everything like that. So then oftentimes when the kidneys is not functioning properly, you may develop, UTIs, urinary tract infections. And one of the things that you can really use to help with urinary tract infections, we have cranberries, which is, very good. And cranberries is something that's like a go-to because I've recommended to so many people, and it has tremendously overcome the urinary tract issues and so forth that they have had. And so the UTIs, cranberry contains compounds called pro and anthocyanidins that help prevent certain bacteria, such as E. coli, from adhering to the walls of a urinary tract. So that's something that is very powerful there, even with E. coli, that it helps to prevent it from adhering to urinary tract. This can be beneficial in reducing the risk of urinary tract infections, which is left untreated and can potentially affect the kidneys. Also have anti-inflammatory effects as well. So chronic inflammation can be detrimental to the kidney function. Some studies suggest that anti-inflammatory properties of cranberries can help in reducing inflammation and benefiting the kidneys as well. Also can help in the prevention of kidney stones and also even dissolving some of those kidney stones as well. Also, it has citric acid. Citric acid is great for kidney stones. So lemon water, think about citric, all the citric foods that has a lot of citric acid in there. Those different foods, you can juice those and use that. And this can really help with helping to dissolve some of the stones there. But the citric acid in cranberries can help prevent the formation of certain types of kidney stones by increasing urine acidity and reducing the risk of crystal fermentation. So then how you can take your cranberry, the way that I love to take the cranberry or recommend it is getting the cranberry juice itself. So you only get the concentrated cranberry juice. You don't want the one that is mixed with water and that is watered down. So that's not the one that you want. You want the strong concentrated cranberry juice as well. And you would drink about 8 to 16 ounces of that per day. So whether you space that out 3 times a day, where you have, let's say, about 4 cups 3 or 4 times a day, then you just have about 8 to 16 ounces of the cranberry juice per day. And the more severe, obviously, the more that you can take. And cranberry really can't hurt you because you can eat cranberries, drink cranberries. It wouldn't hurt you if you get more than that, if you want to take more than that, and you really want to get some effect of helping to overcome your urinary tract infection. And we've used it so many times and recommended so many times to people in the past who've had urinary tract infections. And this has really helped them to overcome a urinary tract infection, even with the kidneys as well, helping in dissolving some of the stones and just cleaning out your urinary tract and your kidneys all together. So the cranberry juice works wonders in that respect.
No, definitely. I'm going to share with you some herbs too that will definitely help. That we also have in our Easy Flow, which is our kidney cleanser that helps in breaking down stones, strengthening the bladder, the kidney, and detoxifying it even more. If I actually share the kidney, those different herbs that helps with that, just a quick remedy I thought I'll share with you as well, especially as it pertains to the bladder. Like if there is anyone at home may have a younger person or themselves may have a very weak bladder to the point where maybe your child or someone urinates and does bedwetting, wets the bed at night, then one of the herbs that also helps the kidneys very well, but that you can actually use as well, even to help with that issue, would be corn silk. So you can actually use that hairy-like part of the corn when you actually take out the outer part, and you take that hairy-like part, you can take like a handful of that, make a tea out of it. You steep that tea infusion, you can steep it, and you can be able to drink that, and that is one of the ways you can help someone with bedwetting, right? But talking about that, we do have corn silk as well within our kidney detox, which is extremely powerful, as well as other different types of herbs that helps in being able to clean out the entire kidney area. So for example, we have in there like uva ursi, right? We also have like parsley root, which is extremely powerful both for liver and also even for the kidney as well. Then we have things like gravel root. That's what really goes in and begins to like break down a lot of the stones, right? And make it a lot smaller. So that way, when you pass it out, it will be a lot less painful, right? It's one thing to pass out the stones, but it's one thing to pass it out when it's already broken down a lot more into smaller fragments or sediments, right? Also, we have in there juniper berry. Juniper berry is a powerful, it really a feeling restroom again to strengthen and rebuild the kidney. Nettle seed is extremely powerful for that. And you can actually probably get like nettle seed like extract or tincture that could work very well for that type of person, or make the tea out of it. But within our entire formulation, we have like all those different herbs that really helps in detoxifying and cleansing the kidney. And I just want to stress one more time, right? For those who actually want to be able to not only do each one isolated, but want to say, hey, I want to do an entire total body detox. And I know a lot of you have already taken advantage of that opportunity there. For those who haven't, feel free to be able to get to our website where we have that special for our entire cleansing, which has all like 5 different cleanse products that covers the different channels of elimination, as well as you get a guide with a schedule. It breaks it up into 3 stages, makes it extremely simple for you, right? So you can actually be able to follow through and be able to do it at home whilst working and so forth, to be able to like start your cleansing program going and to be able to get the benefits that you need. And again, I do recommend you to take advantage right now. It will always be available throughout this year, but come in February, of course, all around the world, a lot of the sources that we've been getting our different herbs prices and so forth, have increased tremendously. So in February, everything would be actually increased, which we haven't done for a lot of years. So take advantage right now. If you haven't cleansed yet, you want to get that today, and so that way we
So those who are on YouTube, thank you for joining. You can subscribe, you can, leave a comments and so forth, engage with us. But if you want to be able to ask questions and to be a part of our Q&A, you want to make sure that you come on the Zoom, so that way we can have an extra, 15, 30 minutes as well, so we can answer questions to our audience and people who are listening right now.
Yeah, and also just want to thank you all for allowing us to surpass the 100 mark for subscribers on YouTube. We're now at 107 subscribers. So we appreciate that very much. So those of you that are on YouTube live right now that haven't subscribed us yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to be able to join the community on YouTube, so that way you can also be notified whenever we go live, right? And also for those who we will also send out the recording to every single person on the Zoom afterwards, so you can be able to like rewatch it, you can pause, go through it, or you can also share it with others who weren't able to make it on this call as well, on this entire live. You can share that with others. So we'll be headed into, like we said, the Q&A session, which we'll be doing, which will be taking in those questions for those on Zoom. Those on YouTube, you can continue to watch the Q&A, but if you do have a question you want to ask, feel free to join in the Zoom conversation, and we'll love to have you on either place.
Yes. So then I see one question in the chat, but what you can do is you can raise your virtual hand on Zoom, and then we can get some audio questions in. But I see one question in the chat here. It's that somebody asked about 30 minutes ago. They said, what if you're on dialysis and have restriction on the amount of water to drink? Can dialysis patients use your detox? So there's two questions here. So the first question, drinking water on dialysis, you just want to make sure that you follow what the medical professionals are telling you when you're on dialysis and so forth. Water is life. I mean, you cannot go wrong drinking water, but when you have interventions with man, when it's that chopping things out or intervening, then things become a little more difficult. And so if someone is watching right now, you're on the verge of going on dialysis and you're struggling to make a decision whether you should go on dialysis or not, we always tell people that it's always, good to try things out before you make some life-changing decisions, especially like cutting out your gallbladder or doing, cutting out organs of your body, which can be helped, naturally. So dialysis is one of those things where when you go on that, it becomes very difficult to get off of it because the kidneys become so dependent on a machine cleansing your blood for you that the kidneys function rapidly decreases after that. And sometimes it's just so difficult to get somebody off of dialysis afterwards. So we always advise people, like, if you can do some things before you get to the point where you're on dialysis, that'll be just superb. Yes, you can do detoxing on dialysis. Yes, you can take all these cleanses. Yes, you can do all these various things there. But we just want to make sure we leave a disclaimer that it becomes very difficult after you have gone on dialysis to overcome that situation.
Definitely. And for the next 15 to 20 minutes, we will be answering a lot of your questions that you have. So again, feel free to raise your virtual hand. So we'll be coming to you in the order that it's coming in the order that it's being put up. So raise your virtual hand. If you're thinking of your question, make sure you write it down. You don't forget. And we'll be coming to you one by one. We'll be asking you to unmute. When we do ask you to unmute, if you are able to unmute right away, that'll be great. If not, we'll be moving to the next person just for the sake of time and the flow of everything. But raise your virtual hand. If you don't know how to do that, you go to your reactions to the bottom of your screen and you click raise hand, and you'll be able to do that from there. So I see we have a question here from, hopefully I pronounced it properly, Noemi. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Sorry, you can unmute yourself. And
Yes. Okay. My question is, thank you so much for the presentation. It's very informative. But my question is that how can you help someone who is on a blood thinner and then they take it twice a day and then the condition required of cleansing or the whole body cleansing? So how you do that?
So are they on blood thinners because of high blood pressure?
High blood pressure, cholesterol, and even they have a surgery about embolism. They have problem with blood clotting. So they're on blood thinner.
Yeah. So definitely. And I know like some people asked that in the group, in our WhatsApp group earlier in the week, and I appreciate that question very much. Now, there are certain blood thinners, right? Like for example, with our cleansing program, like someone asked about, like, especially the kit, with some of the herbs that we have are also blood thinners. So if someone is on a blood thinner, you take additional blood thinners. You don't want to keep that in mind. Like we have like sometimes garlic in there, ginger, and other blood thinners in that aspect. And also, if someone is having like cholesterol, most likely might have like what you call statin drugs that may not necessarily react with certain items, like even the grapefruits that we may have for the liver cleansing and so forth. So when it comes to that, like we do recommend individuals as well, being able to, speak with their, primary physician, the medical professional to help them who have placed them on those medications to be able to see if any of the items, if all the different items, ingredients in there would be something that you can utilize based upon the current medication that you may be taking. And again, if someone wants to see any of the ingredients of any of our products on there, you can definitely go to like easyseries.com and go to the different products and you'll be able to see what is on there. However, of course, we've still had individuals who may be on, some of those still doing the cleansing program. So there's still ways to implement and do it. But at the same time, we always, just for the sake of, legality and everything else, we do recommend individuals be to seek their medical physician to be able to give more instruction to them specifically on that, as we're not sure the full details with each and every one of your cases.
Yeah, and for me personally, if I had to do something for myself, I personally, for my own self, I like natural remedies, and I want to be able to get off of some of these things there. So, like blood thinners and all different things there. If I had a choice whether to do this blood thinner or that blood thinner with chemicals and side effects and everything, I would choose, the natural, especially during my cleansing period. So that's just a decision that I would make for myself. And I know that I cannot make that decision for anybody, so that they have to make their own decision and they can consult with their own medical professional and so forth. But, I'll just leave it there.
All right, great. So very good questions, and but yeah, very good questions. So we're going to go to the next question here, and we're going to ask if Dee, can you go ahead and unmute yourself?
Yes. Hello. Thank you. I got on late, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. My friend sent me the link and invited me, which I appreciate much. But I wanted to find out. I know, thank you. I know someone who's suffering tremendously, and I put this in the chat already, but she's suffering with endometriosis, and she's done everything over the years and gone to the doctor many times, but it's like every time the pain gets worse, and now the pain meds, it's like the pain is breaking through those now. So yeah, she's at a wit's end on what to do. She is not familiar with natural, but I'm sure at this point she's willing to get any help she can.
Yeah, so with stuff like that, cases and different stuff that that people are facing, right now in a Q&A, the limited time that we have, we cannot really give an answer that will be sufficient enough to address that. So what we would advise is we do have a moderator that should be in the chat here. So look for one of our moderators, like the host or co-host, and you just message them. You can message them privately, send them the contact information, so that way we can get in contact with you. So you can do a consultation, and also maybe they can link for that as well. So we do have what we can do consultations, and we do have a lifestyle center. So we do a case like that. We want to go more thorough with that individual. So either doing an at-home program, or they can come to our facility here at our lifestyle center, and we'll be able to help them in that regard.
No, definitely. And so hopefully we'll drop some information in the chat, so you can also get all our contact information, so they can get better and further help. 30 seconds of, wouldn't necessarily cut it, because it sounds like something she's been battling with for a long time. But just want to let you know that there is hope. There are remedies. There are things that could be done. We just love to be able to understand more what is going on, to be able to more effectively see how she can definitely get the help that she needs. So we send our contact information. Send us an email. We'll be happy to be able to reply and to be able to get back in touch with you. So we do have other hands here, and again, whatever other hands, feel free to put it up, so that way very soon we'll be closing off our Q&A session. So make sure you put up your hand before we end off that Q&A session. But I see that we have someone here, Lucilia. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's really an informative program. But the reason the question I want to ask, because you spoke about the lemon, but if you're suffering with acid reflux or good, should I take the lemon?
Good question.
Yeah. So then, each person's body reacts differently, but usually with those type of conditions, I would have individuals stay away from the lemon. There are some people where it can actually help them, but so there's something that you can do more effective for that. We have a potato right here. You can do potato, or you can do some cabbage, and you can juice that. Juice about 6 to 8 ounces of potato and carrots. You want to mix those juices together, make about 16 ounces of juice. You can put some carrots or bits in there to make it a little better tasting, because cabbage and potato is not the best tasting, especially the cabbage. It's a little bit on the bitter end and so forth. So then you make 16 ounces of juice, and you can drink that. You can even go on a fast, like we talk about the juice cleansing, and go on a fast, stay away from food for 3 to 7 days, 3 to 10 days, and you just go on just juices only 4 times a day. The potato and carrots, those are anti-inflammatory, and those would really help with, the acid reflux, overproduction of, acid and so forth, help to battle that.
Definitely. And there are so many reasons for like one having GERD and acid reflux. So try to address some of those, whether that may be drinking and eating together at the same meal, whether that may be adding in like fermented foods together with your meal, whether that may be eating all throughout the day and not having set times, right? Whether that may be having a lot of fats in your diet, a lot of people with more fats in the diet, fatty foods and so forth could lead to that. Whether maybe being stressed while eating, like, whatever, like think about those different aspects and see, okay, what is it that may be causing it as you address those. But definitely you can still do the other cleansing, even if you may not be able to properly implement the lemon right now. All the other cleansing aspects will definitely still help. But as you're able to overcome that issue, then definitely you can slowly reintroduce lemon and see how it continues to work with you as your body improves and gets better. So we have another question here from Julianne. We're going to ask you to unmute yourself. Jillian.
Hi, good evening. I got two questions. First one, can the kids, I know you guys was speaking about the parasite and the worms. Can the children take the cleanse for the parasite? And also, if you have the kit, can all of it be used at the same time, or does it have to be used at a particular time?
Okay, good questions. Okay, so then essentially for your first question, can children do it? Yes, children can do it. The cleansing, and a lot of children already, of course, do have parasites in them. So like, for example, with this cleanse, it's 1 tablespoon in there. Like, let's say for a younger child, I would just do like quarter that amount, like a quarter tablespoon in there, or maybe just do like a teaspoon. But then I'll actually try to mix that with some applesauce, right? Because it's very bitter, it's very strong. It's not palatable for sure, right? If you want to kill parasites, it's not candy that they'll be having. So you can mix that with some type of like applesauce in there, a quarter of it for like a child, and that will be able to help. But again, if someone is doing the full cleanse kit, like you asked as well, now we have it where it's broken down into 3 different stages. We have stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, each being 10 days of itself. And you don't have to like be juicing or doing raw throughout all those stages, but it's recommended, like especially stage 2, to be able to do either juices or raw during that stage. But in each stage, you take either 1 or 2 different items at a time. So that way it's not like every single thing in the same day. So it shows you how to space it out, gives you the schedule, breaks it down, makes it very simple. So you can definitely take advantage of that. And so you can be able to get the kit. So usually it's like a full kit is for like 1 person. You still get like a small amount left over. But if you want 2 people to do it in the home, especially 2 adults, that is, then, getting like 2 kits or more will definitely benefit in that aspect.
And I see that people are asking questions in the chat, and it may be unrelated to the subject that we're talking about right now, or it may be things that require like a deeper answer. So I'm just going to talk about our ministry for a little while. We call Eden Lifestyle, and we actually here at the Lifestyle Center right now, and we help people overcome illnesses naturally. So people come to our Lifestyle Center for 1 week or 2 weeks. And also we some of the deeper questions that I'm seeing here in the chat of people that have, had strokes and all this different stuff like that. So this is something, Eden Lifestyle, where we help people overcome the illnesses. And one of the things that you can do to help us to continue to provide free content like this on a weekly basis, you can donate to us. So we're going to put a donation link here in the chat as well. You can donate to our ministry, our Lifestyle Center. We do have a lot of stuff that we need to have done on our Lifestyle Center. One of the biggest things that we need to do right now, so that we can continue to take in guests, especially throughout this cold and winter months, we need to upgrade our heating system. And it's going to cost us somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 to upgrade our heating system. And I know it sounds like a lot of money, but we do have a big place here. It's about 22-bedroom house, and we are situated on 28 acres. So it's a nice, spacious property, a nice size house where we can take in a lot of guests at once. And we really have dedicated our lives to helping individuals overcome the illnesses. So we started in ministry in our teen years. So we were all teenagers when we first started in ministry. And in our 20s, we all started running this lifestyle center here. It's been going on to eight years now, I believe, where we have been running this lifestyle center here in upstate New York. And we've been helping so many people. So you can feel free to give a donation, however small, however large. Just when we were thinking about upgrading our heating system for our house, someone donated $5,000 into our account. And we're just so thankful for people who have given to us in the past. And so as we continue to give you free content, if you want to help us out, people have been asking, how can we help? You can help us in that way. You don't have to give, but if you want to help, you can give as well.
And for those who are on, since we'll be wrapping up right now, within the WhatsApp group, we'll be sharing with you all the different notes that we have for this entire session that we covered today, that will have also the remedies and recipes in there, right? So you want to make sure that you join up in our WhatsApp group right now, right? So those who are not in our WhatsApp community, we'll send a link. Make sure you click that link. Make sure you join in. And also save that link and send it to all your friends. Like, we encourage you to send it to others. I mean, if right now we have in total between YouTube and also Zoom, we have almost 130 people. If all of us send it to just 2 people, send the link to just 2 people, then we'll get an additional over 260 people, right? 260 people joining in that could learn how to be able to change their health, change their life for the better. And, the entire, I guess, slogan for this ministry from its inception is restoring the whole life. And that is the goal, is saying, how can we help in restoring others around the world? And I know we have individuals from many parts of the world, but before we end off, I'd love to see where you visiting from. Just put in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or Zoom, put in the chat where you're from. Just love to be able to get a feel of where a lot of you are from, where a lot of the different individuals may be from, so that way we can be able to know many of you where you are from. I know someone says that they're in South Africa, right? We have someone in St. Lucia. Welcome. Jamaica, always in the house for sure, right? We have Trinidad in the house as well. We have individuals from Canada, and that's great. I was in Canada a few weeks ago myself, the western side. We have individuals, of course, from the US. We love you as well. We're in the US too, right with you. Living in Pennsylvania, so you're not too far from us. It takes us a little over an hour and a half. We're in Pennsylvania, less than an hour. We can be in Pennsylvania. We have individuals in Connecticut, in St. Lucia, Toronto,
St. Croix,
right? We have family in St. Croix,
Virginia,
Bahamas, Texas, Norwalk, Virginia, Nigeria. So again, it's definitely an international audience here, and we thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to continuing with you, right? So January was a cleansing month. We're talking about cleansing, everything cleansing. But as we head on to the other months, we'll be diving into a lot more things that we are experiencing and others in our homes may be experiencing, because we want to be able to really show you how you can use simple things at home to be able to experience victory over the lifestyle diseases that we have today, both preventing and overcoming it. And it's something that we believe that, of course, there's not much money in helping people to get well, but I think greater than that, there is a great good that you could be able to do to this world, a great service to this world in helping them get well. Of course, we know many industries focus a lot on just the profit aspect. And, for us, we're like, okay, well, how can we really serve in helping people mentally, physically, spiritually, and restoring lives? And that alone is all the fulfillment and satisfaction that we can actually receive in this world, knowing that lives could be changed for eternity. And again, we just thank you so much for being able to be part of this entire class today. We'll be ending off right now, but if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. In the WhatsApp chat, we'll be sharing with you that recording soon afterwards, so you can be able to share with others. You can save it as well. Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. hit that subscribe button, leave some comments. We'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for joining us again.
See you next week, Sunday at this time.